Hello everybody, welcome to Gregsbeerreviews today. Time to take that walk and go see what's in the fridge today. Hey guys, thanks for stopping by Gregsbeerreviews today. Today's beer comes from New Belgium Brewing. These guys are out of Fort Collins, Colorado. This is their Voodoo Ranger IPA. Now, a couple of days ago, we did the Imperial version of this, the Voodoo Ranger Imperial IPA. Now we're going to do the regular version and see what this brings to the table. This is a 7%er, and it says here the IBUs are 50. That is kind of on the low scale for an IPA. I mean, I've had pale ales that have more IBUs than that, so should not be very bitter at all. So we see if it has enough hop bitterness to justify it being called an IPA. 50 IBUs is going to be borderline between a pale ale and an IPA. Commercial description here says, bursting with tropical aromas and juicy fruit flavors from Mosaic and Amarillo hops, this golden IPA is perfectly bitter with a refreshing, sublime finish. So, we'll see how the bitterness compares to the sweetness of the malt. See if it's a balanced beer, or if it's a little on the light side, or if it's pretty damn tasty. And I'm going to tell you straight up what I think of it, guys. This may end up being a good transitional IPA with that low of a bitterness. So we'll see. We shall see. We shall see. Nothing else we need to talk about. You got the IBUs, you got the ABV, and they are doing some silly ass enjoy by. Yep. This has got enjoy by. Enjoy by. If we ever come up with that, I'd like to put my hands around their frickin' neck. Enjoy by April 16th, 2017. So how long a shelf life are they giving this beer? This is January the 24th. So we already know they're giving it at least 4 months. Probably 6 months, to be honest with you. And that's way too long for an IPA, in my opinion. So, let's get it open! And I will tell you, and I've told you this before, guys, these breweries that's gone to these enjoy by, best by, use by dates, they suck. Whoever come up with that is an ass. Alright, while I'm pouring this, cuisine is curried in Thai, cheese and peppery Monterey pepper jack, sharp blue cheddar, stronger cheeses, gorgonzola, limburger, and the meats, poultry, fish, shellfish, and salmon, and I will add grilled meat to that. Glass right to pint, Bacardonic tumbler mug, side Dale. I'm using my favorite tulip glass, and not recommended for extended cellaring. About a quarter finger of head on that pour. Over into the light, it is perfectly clear. This is a filtered beer. And a lot of bubbles streaming up on this. It is a very nice amber color. Let's get a nose to it. Very nice hop presence on this beer. Very citrusy. Little hints of pine, grapefruit, and pineapple. Maybe some tropical fruit notes, maybe even some oranges in there. Got a wonderful aroma, guys. It really, really does. Smells very delicious. Well, let's dive in and see what we got. Cheers. Very citrusy. Not so much pininess in the taste. A little bit of grapefruit and pineapple, mango, oranges. very pleasant. It is a very pleasant beer. Bitterness is definitely way too low for this beer to be called an IPA, in my opinion. When I see these low ABV beers for IPAs, I get concerned because I don't think it's up quite enough, or maybe even and these guys and a lot of other breweries are looking for the transitional beer drinkers. Somebody that's either drinking the macros or drinking something a little on the lighter side to get them into the IPA version. And this would be a good one, in my opinion. If you've been drinking some lighter pale ales or something, maybe even some Oktoberfest or some of the lighter lagers, to get something with a little bit more hoppiness, but not with enough bitterness to blow your palate out of your mouth, be too bitter for you. So, but to seasoned craft beer drinkers as myself and a lot of other people, the bitterness that we're used to on the back end is a little lacking on this beer. I've had pale ales with more IBUs than this. But it's right out of the fridge. Let's let it warm up and see where she ends up. And I'm going to sip on it for a little while, and I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back. Got a little bit left here. Nice slicing is left on the glass. Very easy drinking for an IPA. Not enough bitterness in this beer to be considered an IPA to me, guys. I've had pale ales with more bitterness than this. Good transitional IPA. Something that if you've never had an IPA and you want to get into it, this would probably be a real good one. A little disappointed that they're calling it Voodoo. I mean, I was expecting something a little more massive than what I've got here. So the other half seems to like it. She enjoyed it. I'm wanting a little more bitterness on my IPA. But it is a well-made beer. It's got a lot of good hoppy, juicy, fruity notes. Hints of grapefruit and tropical fruit notes. It is a tasty beer, I will say that. But the IBUs are a little lacking for guys like us that like a little more bitterness to their IPAs. If I wanted to drink a pale ale, I'll drink a pale ale. If I want an IPA, I want something with a little more IBUs in this. So that's why I'm saying I would probably consider this a hoppy pale ale. Very, very easy drinking. And I wouldn't be afraid to say that some of the pale ales, like the Sierra Nevada pale, has a little more hoppiness than this. And I'm saying that when I say hoppiness, I don't mean hop aroma, I mean bitterness. So, a little lackadaisical in the IBU department, but still a very tasty beer. Final chug. If it wasn't for the 7% alcohol, I would think this would be more like a session IPA. Something with a low bitterness and very low alcohol. But at 7%, this one will get you there. I mean, it's and the alcohol is very, very well hidden. Not getting any of that. But like I said a little earlier, all these breweries that's going to these enjoy by date, best by date, use by date, or whatever by date, I have no recourse, and we have no recourse other than me telling them that we don't like that, and it's going to cost them a grade point for them going to that scale. I get a lot of negative feedback on that. Oh, you shouldn't knock the grade for this, you shouldn't knock the grade. Bullshit. It's my reviews. I'll do as I please. If you don't like it, I'm so sorry. But I'm going to tell you what I think. This is my opinion. So I used to knock grade points for not having any date at all. I'm going to start knocking grade points for these used by, best by, enjoy by dates. That's not what we want to see. So put the bottled on date. If you want to put a used by, best by, enjoy by date on there too, like Weyerbacher does, that's fine. But tell us when the beer was put in the bottle or the can. Or this homeboy is going to cost you a grade point on my reviews. And that's what's going to happen on this one. To me, guys, it's a B+ beer in a B bottle. And that's where I'm going to put it. It's a very tasty beer. Not quite enough bitterness, But the used by and general by Best Buy dates is what's going to cost them on this one. So I'm giving it an 85, straight down to B range. Over to Beer Advocate, they say 85. I'm in a complete agreement with that. That's exactly where I'm putting it, because I would give it a better score if it had a bottled on date. Even though it's a little lackadaisical on the IBUs, it is a very easy drinking, tasty beer. Over to Rate Beer. Rate Beer says 83. So I'm very surprised. Those guys usually inflate their numbers just a little bit. So it's a little lower than what I've given. Maybe I'm being a little too generous on this. Maybe it should have been a B minus. So, and for our final check-in, we'll go over to Untapped, and they have it at 3.82, and that's in their upper B range. That's a B plus. So everybody thinks it's a B beer. There's no A numbers on this beer, guys. So if you've had this one, this is the regular version of the Voodoo Ranger, not the Imperial. It is a very tasty beer. So if you're trying to get into the IPA, this would probably be a good one to pick up. Something that's not going to have a lot of bitterness that's going to blow your palate out of your mouth, but it does have a lot of good, juicy, hot profile to go along with it. So, a very nice beer. So, if you've had this one from New Belgium, this is their Voodoo Ranger IPA. Let me know what you think, guys, and come on back tomorrow. We're going to dig something out of that fridge in there. Come on back. Let's see what it is. See you then.